51 years ago, a landmark decision came down. On this day, the Supreme Court legalized abortion in the U.S. in the case of Roe versus Wade.
And the decision went unchanged until June 2022. That's when the Supreme Court overturned Roe, ruling there was no constitutional right to an abortion. Michigan, however, is one of the many states where abortion is legal as it continues to be a hot button issue. TV5's Lenita Brooks joins us live in studio with more. Lenita.
Yeah, David and Elise, it's been nearly 2 years since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, ending one of the most historic rulings we've seen in the last half century. Today, on the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, efforts to protect the right to reproductive health care for Michigan families continues.
Abortion care is health care.
And health care is a fundamental right. On January 22, 1973, the U.S. Supreme Court issued the landmark 7-2 decision recognizing a constitutional right to choose. In 2022, that was reversed, leaving each state to decide for themselves.
Here in Michigan, because of the work done by our governor and by many others who really led the charge to make sure reproductive care is available, we have not suffered some of the impacts that women and girls in other states have had to endure.
Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian is the chief medical executive for the state of Michigan. She says Proposal 3 and a number of other efforts have protected Michigan women's right to decide, but says the fight isn't over.
There have been continued threats to access to drugs like mifepristone. And in fact, there is a court case that will be before the Supreme Court, likely in June, that will talk about whether or not mifepristone will be accessible.
And with this being an election year, the topic is expected to be a major driving force at the polls. Governor Gretchen Whitmer speaking on the matter in Detroit today.
If Donald Trump returns to the White House, things will only get worse. Because we know the ultimate goal is clear: to ban abortion in all 50 states. A national ban is what they are talking about.
Back in December, Governor Whitmer signed the final piece of the Reproductive Health Care Act into law. It repealed statuses that criminalize nurses and doctors for providing abortion care to their patients. We'll be able to get a better gauge of where things stand after Michigan primaries, February 27th. In studio, Lenita Brooks, back to you.